Hello all, welcome back to the Hand Spinner Review Spot YouTube channel. You can check out lots more reviews and features on the channel itself, but also by clicking on the Facebook link in the description below to go to our page for all written reviews and features. Today we're looking at the We Knives S01 spinner. It's a small bar style spinner and it's been pretty well received. I think it's one of those spinners which competes with much of the Chinese clone market in terms of price, but offers you a genuinely unique design, and from a company that are really well known for high tolerance machine work and the quality of their fit and finish. So before we go into the spinner itself, let's have a quick size comparison with a few other spinners. So that's obviously the We Knives S01. This is the mini spinner from Cloud Chasing Club. As you can see, it's quite similar in size. We've then got a torque bar, because everyone needs to see a torque bar in every video, and Emerson Hodges Random Fabrications portal there, and just for fun, the Mech Force Hurricane. Okay, so that gives you an idea. As you can see, it's quite a small spinner. If we compare it also to a stubby for a second, you can see that while it's the same length, the more slender overall profile really makes it a much smaller spinner. So it's well worth keeping in mind when you're purchasing one of these, that it is quite small and indeed very light as well. I can't actually remember the complete weight from when I weighed it, but I think it's about 25 grams. So compared to any of the other spinners we're looking at here, and indeed most other spinners on the market, this is a very light piece. Part of that is down to the fact that it's full titanium, which is a very nice feature in of itself. This spinner in the UK retails for about £65, which is a very impressive price for a full titanium spinner, even at this sort of size. And then when you take into account the finishing work that's gone on here, that's quite impressive as well. Perhaps we should just talk about We Knives very briefly, just to give you a background idea. If you're not interested in the knife world, then you might not have come across them before. They are a Chinese knife manufacturer, but one of the new breed of high-end Chinese knife makers. Riat would be another one, and maybe Reich Knife also. We Knives make very high quality pieces out of very good quality, really fine grade steels, lots of very nice anodization work, really nice design work, and everything that they produce, as far as I'm aware at least, is unique to them, their own designs or designers that they're collaborating with. So there's no copies coming out of somewhere like We Knives. It's very much its own unit and its own production facility. So with that out of the way, that brings us on to the first release in their spinner lineup. Now there is a new one that's going to be coming out soon. It's a tri-spinner. It's kind of a bearing wrap style look, but it's very pretty. Again, it's using all of the things that We Knife are known for in terms of their machining quality and the anodization options that they offer. Speaking of anodization, this has been stonewashed on the side, all throughout the body in fact, but then it's been given this dark brown, it's really a bronze, but because it's over a stonewash, it's going very dark anodization. And then these parts here, they were obviously satin buffed before, the yin yang symbols here were satin buffed before the anodization was done, so these have taken a much lighter anode color. And then the buttons themselves are relatively small, concave, and done in a similar finish to the rest of the body, but you can see a little silver We Knife logo in the middle, which I have to say I think is done really nicely. It's very fine work, that. And the yin yangs, whether you like them or not, obviously they're quite appropriate considering this is a spinner of Chinese origin. But I really think it's a clone beater in many ways, because it offers you a lot of value for money, a really good quality. So let's have a quick look at the bearing. Unfortunately, there's not an awful lot to see here because this is shipped with a sealed bearing. I keep meaning to measure this bearing and work out exactly what size it is, and it's just occurred to me now that I'm making the video that I still haven't got around to doing that. And you'll notice if you go and read the full written review of this on the Facebook page, I was supposed to do it after that review as well, so my bad. Anyway, it's not a 606, which has been quite common in a lot of Chinese spinners, but it has got a shield left on it. It feels very much to me as if this is missing the cage on the inside. When you spin it vertically, I'm afraid you probably won't be able to hear that, but you can hear what I think is the balls just hitting on each other, the actual bearings inside, which is something which I don't particularly like. I'm not a huge fan of companies that take out the cage on their bearings, but again, I'm surmising here, I'm guessing, based on the fact that I haven't taken the cage off this bearing and checked. It looks to me like it's a flanged bearing, so it's actually located in place by being pressed in and held by a flange on that side. You can see it's smaller on the opposite side. Not that that's particularly important in this instance, really. So we'll pop the buttons back on and have a quick chat about just how well it performs. I've had nearly 2-minute spins out of this, which for something so light is really quite impressive. It's dead smooth. I mean, really dead smooth. Focus. The camera's not going to focus, just to make my life a little bit more annoying, but never mind. It really is. It's completely stable, very, very well balanced, and it's very light, which makes it incredibly fast. It's a really easy piece to flick. The rounded arms and these nice little cutaways give you quite a good. It's not the most powerful forward flicker that I've ever had, but it's not bad by any means. And the reverse flick, it's very ergonomic. This deep chamfer that you have along here enables your finger just to feel very comfortable on there and really pull back and give this a very positive flick. One thing I'm hoping you are able to see as I move this around in the lights I have here is that you almost get kind of a holographic yin-yang. Now that's not the frame rate of the video or any warping that's showing you that. That is how it looks in hand, which is a really nice feature and makes this quite a hypnotic spinner, quite a good one to kind of ponder over or use for concentration. It's quite impressive, and because everything's so cleanly machined, on both sides you get exactly the same effect. So, are there any real downsides to the little S01? It is very light. If you like spinners with a lot of heft, this is not the spinner for you. If you're someone like myself who tends to go for a spinner based on mood and you want to have quite a few around that you can flit and chop and change between, then I think it's probably quite a good choice. On top of anything else, the price really is very good. In the spinner world, for an original design, manufactured by a very good machine shop, obviously you're getting some of the benefits of the labour costs in China here. It really is a very good choice. It beats out a huge number of the clones, and it shows very much that you don't need to clone a design to produce a good quality spinner in China that's at a really reasonable price. I think I'm right in saying these are actually cheaper for the American buyers as well. So yeah, that's the Wee Knives S01. Very, very few negative things to say about it. Again, the bearing perhaps isn't exactly what I would have chosen, and it is very light. If you're happy with those things, and the bearing does still perform very well, I can assure you. It's a 2-minute spinner, it's dead smooth, it's good value, it looks pretty, it's unique. What else is there to say? Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.